In today's video, we'll explore 27 of the most common Panda Express interview questions and answers you'll be asked by hiring managers during your interview. Each answer can be customized to highlight your unique qualifications and experiences. Before your interview, it's important to research the company and review the job description so you can incorporate key skills relevant to the job role in your answers. Question number 1. Can you tell me about yourself? Hiring managers ask this question to get a quick overview of who you are, how you communicate, and whether your background aligns with the role. They are looking for a clear, confident summary that focuses on relevant skills like customer service, teamwork, and reliability. A strong answer should be structured, concise, and connect your experience and personality to what Panda Express is looking for. I would describe myself as someone who is reliable, positive, and comfortable working in fast-paced environments. I enjoy roles where I can stay active, interact with people, and be part of a team working toward a common goal. In my past experiences, I've developed strong customer service skills by learning how to communicate clearly, stay patient, and make sure customers feel taken care of. I also take pride in being someone my team can count on. Whether it's staying organized during busy periods or stepping in to help others when needed, I try to contribute in a way that keeps everything running smoothly. I've learned how important it is to stay calm under pressure and maintain consistency, especially in roles that involve both speed and accuracy. What I'm looking for now is an opportunity where I can continue to grow, improve my skills, and be part of a team that values strong work ethic and customer experience. I believe Panda Express is a great fit for that. Question number 2. Why do you want to work at Panda Express? Hiring managers ask this question to find out whether your interest is genuine and whether you understand what the job actually requires. They want to hear that you are attracted to the fast-paced team environment, customer service focus, and high standards, not that you just need any job. A strong answer should connect Panda Express's atmosphere to the kind of employee you are and show that you would bring energy, reliability, and a willingness to learn. I want to work at Panda Express because it seems like the kind of place where strong teamwork, speed, and customer service all come together every single shift. I like being in environments where there is a lot going on because it keeps me focused, active, and motivated. What stands out to me about Panda Express is that it is not just about serving food quickly. It is also about creating a clean, welcoming experience where customers feel taken care of and where employees support one another to keep everything running smoothly. I also respect that Panda Express has a strong reputation and clear standards. To me, that shows this is a workplace where effort matters and where people are expected to take pride in what they do. I would be excited to be part of a team that moves with purpose, helps each other during busy rushes, and still makes customers feel valued. I believe my positive attitude, work ethic, and ability to stay calm under pressure would allow me to contribute in a meaningful way here. Question number 3. What do you know about Panda Express as a company? Hiring managers ask this question to see if you took time to learn about the company and if you understand what makes it different. They are looking for candidates who recognize Panda Express as more than just a fast food restaurant, but as a brand focused on quality, culture, and guest experience. A strong answer should show awareness of their food concept, values, and commitment to both customers and employees. I know that Panda Express is one of the largest American Chinese fast casual restaurant brands and that it focuses on serving fresh, high-quality food quickly while still maintaining strong customer service. What stands out to me is that it is not just about speed, but also about consistency and creating a positive experience for every guest. I have noticed that Panda Express locations are usually very clean, organized, and run with a sense of urgency, which shows there are clear standards behind the scenes. I also understand that Panda Express puts a strong emphasis on people, both customers and employees. From what I have seen and heard, they value teamwork, personal growth, and leadership development. That tells me this is a place where employees are expected to contribute, but also have the opportunity to improve and grow over time. That kind of environment motivates me because I want to be part of a team that takes pride in what they do and supports each other to succeed. Question number 4. How would you provide excellent customer service? Hiring managers ask this question to understand how you interact with customers and whether you can create a positive experience even during busy times. They want to see that you can be friendly, attentive, and efficient while still maintaining accuracy. A strong answer should show that you focus on both the customer's needs and the overall flow of the restaurant. To me, providing excellent customer service means making every guest feel acknowledged, respected, and taken care of from the moment they walk in. I would start by greeting customers with a positive attitude and being fully present when taking their order so they feel heard. I think small details matter, like making eye contact, speaking clearly, and showing patience if someone has questions or is unsure about the menu. At the same time, I understand that Panda Express can get very busy, so I would focus on being efficient without rushing the customer. I would double-check orders in my head to avoid mistakes and move quickly while still being polite. If something goes wrong, I would stay calm, take responsibility, and fix the issue as quickly as possible. I believe great service is about consistency, so even during stressful moments, I would aim to keep the same level of professionalism and energy so every customer leaves with a good impression. Question number 5. Tell me about a time you dealt with a difficult customer. Hiring managers ask this question to see how you handle conflict and whether you can stay calm under pressure. They are looking for someone who listens, takes responsibility, and resolves issues without escalating the situation. A strong answer should show patience, problem solving, and a focus on maintaining a positive customer experience. In a previous situation, I had a customer who was upset because their order was not prepared the way they expected. They were frustrated and speaking quickly, so instead of reacting, I focused on listening carefully and letting them explain the issue fully. I acknowledged their concern and apologized for the inconvenience, which helped calm the situation a bit. From there, I repeated the issue back to them to make sure I understood it correctly, and then I offered a solution right away. I corrected the order as quickly as possible and made sure it was exactly how they wanted it before handing it back. I also thanked them for their patience, which helped end the interaction on a better note. That experience taught me that staying calm and respectful can completely change the outcome of a situation. Even when a customer is upset, they usually just want to feel heard and know that you are willing to fix the problem. Question number 6. How do you handle working in a fast-paced environment? Hiring managers ask this question to determine if you can keep up with the speed and pressure of a busy restaurant. They want to know that you can stay organized, focused, and positive without becoming overwhelmed. A strong answer should show that you are comfortable with multitasking and can maintain performance during peak times. I actually enjoy working in fast-paced environments because it keeps me engaged and pushes me to stay focused. When things get busy, I try to break everything down into priorities in my head so I can handle tasks one step at a time without feeling overwhelmed. I also pay attention to what is happening around me so I can anticipate what might be needed next, whether that is helping a teammate or moving the line faster. I think communication is also really important during busy shifts. If I see a coworker falling behind or needing support, I try to step in and help without being asked because that keeps everything running smoothly. At the same time, I stay mindful of accuracy, especially when taking orders, because speed is important, but mistakes can slow things down even more. Overall, I stay calm by focusing on what I can control, keeping a steady pace, and maintaining a positive attitude, even when the environment is hectic. Question number 7. How do you prioritize tasks? When the restaurant gets busy, hiring managers ask this question to see if you can think clearly under pressure and focus on what matters most during peak times. They want to know that you understand the balance between speed, accuracy, and teamwork. A strong answer should show that you can quickly assess situations, stay organized, and adjust priorities as needed. When the restaurant gets busy, I focus on prioritizing tasks that directly impact the customer experience first, like taking orders accurately, keeping the line moving, and making sure food is served quickly and correctly. I try to stay mentally organized by identifying what needs immediate attention versus what can wait a few minutes, so I don't feel overwhelmed by everything happening at once. I also pay attention to the team around me. If I notice a bottleneck, like the line slowing down or someone needing help, I adjust and step in where I'm needed most. I believe flexibility is key during busy times because sticking too rigidly to one task can slow the entire operation down. At the same time, I make sure I don't sacrifice accuracy for speed. I'd rather move quickly and carefully than rush and create mistakes that take longer to fix. By staying focused, aware, and adaptable, I can help keep everything running smoothly even during the busiest shifts. Question number 8. Describe a time you worked effectively as part of a team. Hiring managers ask this question to understand how well you collaborate with others and contribute to a team environment. They are looking for someone who supports coworkers, communicates clearly, and helps achieve shared goals. A strong answer should highlight teamwork, initiative, and a positive attitude. In one of my previous roles, I worked on a shift where we were short-staffed during a very busy period. Instead of focusing only on my assigned tasks, I paid attention to where the team needed the most support. I noticed that the front counter was getting backed up, so whenever I had a moment, I stepped in to help take orders and keep the line moving. We also made sure to communicate constantly, letting each other know when something was running low or when help was needed in a specific area. That communication helped us stay organized and avoid confusion, even when things were hectic. What stood out to me was how much smoother everything ran when everyone was willing to step outside their role and support each other. By the end of the shift, we were able to handle the rush successfully, and customers were still being served efficiently. That experience showed me that strong teamwork is about awareness, communication, and being willing to help wherever needed. Question number 9. What would you do if you made a mistake with a customer's order? Hiring managers ask this question to evaluate your accountability and problem-solving skills. They want to see that you can take responsibility, fix issues quickly, and maintain a positive customer experience. A strong answer should show honesty, urgency, and a focus on making things right. If I made a mistake with a customer's order, the first thing I would do is acknowledge it right away instead of ignoring it or hoping it goes unnoticed. I would apologize sincerely and let the customer know that I'm going to fix it immediately. I think being honest and taking responsibility helps build trust, even when something goes wrong. After that, I would correct the order as quickly and accurately as possible, making sure to double-check everything before handing it back. If needed, I would also communicate with my team to speed up the process so the customer is not waiting too long. I would also take a moment afterward to reflect on what caused the mistake, whether it was rushing, miscommunication, or distraction, so I can avoid repeating it. For me, mistakes are an opportunity to improve. The goal is not just to fix the issue, but to leave the customer feeling like they were still taken care of despite the error. Question number 10. What does great customer service mean to you? Hiring managers ask this question to understand your mindset when it comes to interacting with customers. They want to see if you go beyond just completing transactions and actually focus on the customer's overall experience. A strong answer should show that you value consistency, attention to detail, and making customers feel welcomed. To me, great customer service means creating a positive experience that makes customers want to come back, not just serving them quickly. It starts with acknowledging each person right away, greeting them with energy, and showing that you're ready to help. I think customers can tell when someone genuinely cares versus when someone is just going through the motions. It also means being attentive and patient, especially if a customer has questions or needs help deciding. I would make sure I'm listening carefully so I get their order right the first time while still keeping things moving efficiently. Small actions like being polite, staying calm, and keeping a clean environment all contribute to how the customer feels. Even during busy times, I believe consistency is what defines great service. Every customer should get the same level of respect and attention no matter how hectic things get. For me, great service is about making sure each customer leaves feeling satisfied and valued. Question number 11. How would you handle a conflict with a coworker? Hiring managers ask this question to see how you deal with workplace challenges and whether you can maintain professionalism in a team setting. They are looking for someone who communicates respectfully and focuses on resolving issues rather than escalating them. A strong answer should show maturity, teamwork, and problem solving. If I had a conflict with a coworker, my first step would be to address it calmly and privately rather than letting it build up or affect the team. I would approach the situation with the goal of understanding their perspective, not just proving my point. I think many conflicts come from miscommunication, so having an open conversation can often resolve things quickly. I would focus on the issue itself and not make it personal, keeping the conversation respectful and solution-focused. If we could find a compromise or a better way to work together, that would be the ideal outcome. My priority would always be making sure the conflict does not impact the team's performance or the customer experience. If the issue could not be resolved between us, I would involve a manager in a professional way to help find a solution. Overall, I believe staying calm, communicating clearly, and keeping the team's success in mind are the best ways to handle conflict. Question number 12. Tell me about a time you went above and beyond for a customer. Hiring managers ask this question to see if you naturally take initiative and care about customer satisfaction beyond basic expectations. They want to understand how you think in real situations and whether you are willing to put in extra effort. A strong answer should highlight initiative, attention to detail, and a positive outcome. In a previous situation, I had a customer who seemed unsure about what to order and was holding up the line slightly. Instead of rushing them, I took a moment to guide them through a few popular options and asked simple questions about what they liked. I also made sure to keep the interaction efficient so it didn't slow things down too much for others. After helping them choose, I made sure their order was prepared exactly as discussed and checked in briefly before they left to make sure everything met their expectations. They appreciated the extra attention and even mentioned that it made their experience much easier. What I learned from that experience is that going above and beyond doesn't always mean doing something big. Sometimes it's about being patient, paying attention, and making the customer feel comfortable. That extra effort can turn a regular interaction into a memorable one and build long-term loyalty. Question number 13. How do you handle stress at work? Hiring managers ask this question to see how you manage pressure, especially during peak hours when things can get overwhelming. They want to know if you can stay calm, focused, and productive without letting stress affect your performance or attitude. A strong answer should show self-control, awareness, and practical strategies you use in real situations. I handle stress at work by staying focused on what I can control and breaking things down into manageable steps. When things get busy or overwhelming, I remind myself to stay calm and prioritize tasks instead of trying to do everything at once. This helps me stay organized and prevents mistakes that could slow things down even more. I also find that keeping a positive mindset makes a big difference. Instead of seeing stress as a negative, I treat it as part of the job and something that comes with a fast-paced environment. I try to stay aware of my surroundings and communicate with my team so we can support each other when things get hectic. For me, staying calm, moving with purpose, and maintaining a steady pace are key. Even during stressful moments, I focus on delivering the same level of service because customers should not feel that pressure. Over time, I've learned that consistency and mindset are what help you handle stress effectively. Question number 14. Are you comfortable standing for long periods of time? Hiring managers ask this question to confirm that you understand the physical demands of the role and can handle them without it affecting your performance. They want to ensure you are prepared for long shifts on your feet while staying energetic and productive. A strong answer should show readiness, resilience, and a positive attitude toward the physical nature of the job. Yes, I am comfortable standing for long periods of time, and I understand that it is a key part of working in a fast-paced restaurant environment. I actually prefer roles where I can stay active throughout my shift rather than sitting for long periods because it helps me stay focused and engaged. I also make sure to manage my energy throughout the day by staying hydrated and maintaining a steady pace so I don't burn out early in the shift. I've found that when you keep moving with purpose and stay mentally engaged in your tasks, the time goes by quickly and the physical aspect becomes much easier to manage. I understand that consistency is important in this role, so I would make sure that even toward the end of a long shift, I'm still providing the same level of service and energy as I did at the beginning. Being reliable physically is just as important as performing well, and I'm fully prepared for that. Question number 15. How do you ensure cleanliness and food safety standards? Hiring managers ask this question to assess whether you understand the importance of hygiene and safety in a food service environment. They want to know that you will follow procedures carefully and take responsibility for maintaining a clean workspace. A strong answer should show attention to detail, consistency, and accountability. To ensure cleanliness and food safety standards, I focus on building consistent habits rather than treating it as something occasional. I would make sure to follow all procedures, like washing hands regularly, using proper food handling techniques, and keeping my workstation clean throughout the shift, not just at the end. I also believe in staying aware of my surroundings. If I notice spills, clutter, or anything that could affect cleanliness or safety, I would address it immediately instead of waiting for someone else to handle it. Small actions like wiping surfaces, organizing tools, and properly storing food can make a big difference in maintaining standards. I understand that food safety is not just about following rules, but also about protecting customers and the reputation of the business. That's why I would take it seriously every shift. By staying consistent, detail-oriented, and proactive, I can help create a safe and clean environment for both customers and the team. Question number 16. Describe a time you had to multitask. Hiring managers ask this question to see if you can handle multiple responsibilities at once without losing focus or accuracy. They want to understand how you prioritize, stay organized, and maintain performance when things are happening quickly. A strong answer should show awareness, efficiency, and the ability to stay calm under pressure. In a previous role, I often had to manage several responsibilities at the same time, especially during busy periods. For example, there were times when I was taking customer orders, preparing items, and answering quick questions from other customers all within a short time frame. Instead of trying to rush through everything, I focused on staying organized mentally and handling tasks in a logical order. I made sure to give each customer my attention while still being aware of what needed to happen next. If I saw something that could be prepared ahead of time, I would take initiative to do it so things would move faster overall. I also communicated with my team when needed so we could support each other instead of working in isolation. That experience taught me that multitasking is really about prioritizing and staying composed. By keeping a steady pace and staying focused, I was able to manage multiple responsibilities effectively without sacrificing quality or service. Question number 17. What are your strengths as an employee? Hiring managers ask this question to understand what you bring to the team and how your strengths align with the role. They are looking for qualities like reliability, teamwork, and a strong work ethic. A strong answer should connect your strengths directly to how you will perform in a fast-paced restaurant environment. One of my biggest strengths as an employee is my ability to stay consistent, even during busy or stressful situations. I take pride in showing up ready to work, staying focused throughout my shift, and maintaining a positive attitude no matter how fast-paced things get. I think consistency is important because it builds trust with both coworkers and managers. Another strength is my teamwork mindset. I naturally pay attention to what's happening around me and look for ways to support others without being asked. Whether it's helping speed up the line or assisting a teammate who is falling behind, I enjoy contributing to the team's success as a whole. I also consider myself someone who learns quickly and adapts well. When I'm given feedback or shown a better way to do something, I apply it right away. Overall, my strengths allow me to be reliable, supportive, and focused on maintaining a strong work environment. Question number 18. What is your greatest weakness? And how are you improving it? Hiring managers ask this question to see if you are self-aware and willing to grow. They are not expecting perfection, but they do want to see honesty and a clear effort to improve. A strong answer should present a real weakness and explain the steps you are taking to manage or overcome it. One weakness I've recognized in myself is that I sometimes put too much pressure on getting everything perfect, especially when I'm learning something new. While attention to detail can be a strength, it can also slow me down if I focus too much on small things instead of the bigger picture. To improve this, I've been working on balancing accuracy with efficiency. I remind myself that in a fast-paced environment, it's important to be both correct and quick. I've also started setting small-time expectations for myself when completing tasks so I can build a better sense of pace. Another thing that has helped is asking for feedback from others. By learning how experienced team members handle tasks efficiently, I've been able to adjust my approach and become more confident in my speed. I still care about doing things right, but now I'm more aware of how to maintain quality without slowing down the overall flow. Question number 19. How would you upsell menu items to customers? Hiring managers ask this question to see if you can contribute to sales while still providing a good customer experience. They want someone who can make suggestions naturally without being pushy. A strong answer should show confidence, awareness of customer needs, and a friendly approach. I would approach upselling by making it feel helpful rather than forced. Instead of just suggesting items randomly, I would pay attention to what the customer is ordering and recommend something that complements their choice. For example, if someone orders an entree, I might suggest a popular side or drink that pairs well with it. I think tone and timing are very important. I would keep my suggestions brief and positive so the customer doesn't feel pressured. Something simple like mentioning a popular item or a combination that many customers enjoy can make the interaction feel more natural. At the same time, I would respect the customer's decision. If they're not interested, I would move on quickly and continue providing great service. My goal would be to enhance their experience while also contributing to the business. By being friendly, observant, and genuine, I can recommend items in a way that feels helpful rather than sales-driven. Question number 20. What would you do if a customer was unhappy with their food? Hiring managers ask this question to see how you handle complaints and whether you can turn a negative experience into a positive one. They want to know that you stay calm, take responsibility, and act quickly to resolve the issue. A strong answer should show empathy, accountability, and a focus on customer satisfaction. If a customer was unhappy with their food, the first thing I would do is listen carefully without interrupting, so I fully understand what the issue is. I would acknowledge their concern and apologize sincerely, because even if it was a small mistake, the customer should feel like their experience matters. After that, I would take immediate action to fix the problem. Whether that means replacing the item or correcting the order, I would make sure it's done quickly and accurately. I would also double-check everything before giving it back to ensure the issue is fully resolved. I believe it's important to stay calm and positive during these situations, because how you respond can change the entire experience for the customer. My goal would be to leave them feeling like they were heard and taken care of. Even when something goes wrong, it's an opportunity to show strong service and build trust. Question number 21. How do you handle feedback from managers? Hiring managers ask this question to understand your attitude toward learning and improvement. They want to see if you are open to feedback and able to apply it without taking it personally. A strong answer should show a growth mindset, professionalism, and the ability to adapt. I handle feedback from managers by seeing it as an opportunity to improve rather than something negative. I understand that feedback is given to help me perform better and contribute more effectively to the team. When I receive it, I make sure to listen carefully and take it seriously. If something is unclear, I'm comfortable asking follow-up questions so I can fully understand what needs to change. I also try to apply the feedback right away, because I believe improvement should be immediate, not something delayed. Over time, I've found that acting on feedback builds trust with managers and shows that I'm committed to doing my job well. I also take time to reflect on the feedback after my shift so I can continue improving. For me, being open to feedback is one of the best ways to grow and become more confident in my role. It helps me stay accountable and consistently raise my performance. Question number 22. Why should we hire you? Hiring managers ask this question to see how well you can summarize your value and what makes you stand out. They are looking for confidence, clarity, and a strong connection between your skills and the role. A strong answer should highlight your work ethic, teamwork, and ability to perform in a fast-paced environment. You should hire me because I bring a combination of reliability, a strong work ethic, and a positive attitude that fits well in a fast-paced environment like Panda Express. I take pride in showing up ready to work, staying focused during my shift, and contributing to the team in a consistent way. I also believe I'm someone who naturally supports teamwork. I pay attention to what's happening around me and step in to help when needed because I understand that the success of the team affects the customer experience. I'm comfortable working under pressure and can maintain both speed and accuracy, which is important in this role. What sets me apart is my mindset. I'm always looking to improve, whether that means learning faster, working more efficiently, or providing better service. I'm not just looking for a job, I'm looking for a place where I can contribute, grow, and be part of a strong team. Question number 23. What is your availability? Hiring managers ask this question to determine if your schedule aligns with the needs of the business. They want to know that you are flexible and reliable, especially during peak hours like evenings and weekends. A strong answer should be honest, while still showing willingness to accommodate business needs. My availability is flexible, and I understand that in a restaurant environment, the busiest times are often evenings, weekends, and holidays. I'm prepared to work during those peak hours because I know that's when the team needs the most support. I believe being reliable with scheduling is very important, so I would make sure to communicate clearly about my availability and stick to the shifts I'm assigned. If there are times when adjustments are needed, I would give as much notice as possible and work with the team to find a solution. I'm also open to taking on additional shifts when needed, especially during busy periods. For me, being dependable is a big part of being a good employee. I want the team to know they can count on me to show up, be prepared, and contribute consistently whenever I'm scheduled to work. Question number 24. How do you stay motivated during repetitive tasks? Hiring managers ask this question to see if you can maintain focus and energy even when tasks become routine. They want to know that you won't lose attention to detail or slow down over time. A strong answer should show discipline, consistency, and a positive mindset toward everyday responsibilities. I stay motivated during repetitive tasks by focusing on the importance of doing them well every single time. Even if a task is routine, I remind myself that consistency is what keeps everything running smoothly and ensures customers have a good experience. I try to treat each task as an opportunity to maintain a high standard rather than something I just need to get through. I also keep myself engaged by setting small personal goals, like improving my speed or accuracy while completing the same task. That helps me stay focused and gives me a sense of progress throughout my shift. I find that when I stay mentally present, the work feels more purposeful and less repetitive. Another thing that motivates me is knowing that my effort contributes to the team. Even simple tasks play a role in the bigger picture. By staying consistent, focused, and positive, I can maintain strong performance no matter how repetitive the work may seem. Question number 25. Describe a time you took initiative at work. Hiring managers ask this question to understand if you are proactive and willing to go beyond basic responsibilities. They want to see that you don't wait to be told what to do and that you can identify opportunities to improve situations. A strong answer should highlight awareness, action, and a positive result. In a previous role, I noticed that during busy periods, certain tasks would start to pile up, which made things more stressful for the team later on. Instead of waiting for instructions, I started organizing those tasks during slower moments so that everything stayed manageable throughout the shift. For example, I would prepare items ahead of time, restock supplies, or clean areas that I knew would get busy later. This helped reduce pressure during peak times and allowed the team to focus more on serving customers efficiently. Over time, this approach made shifts feel more organized and less rushed. Taking initiative showed me that small actions can have a big impact on the overall workflow. It also helped build trust with my team because they knew I was paying attention and willing to step in when needed. I believe being proactive is an important part of being a strong and reliable employee. Question number 26. Where do you see yourself in the next few years? Hiring managers ask this question to see if you are motivated and whether you have goals that align with growth opportunities in the company. They want to understand if you are looking to develop your skills and potentially take on more responsibility. A strong answer should show ambition while staying realistic and connected to the role. In the next few years, I see myself growing both professionally and personally by gaining more experience and becoming stronger in my role. I want to build a solid foundation in customer service, teamwork, and handling responsibilities in a fast-paced environment like Panda Express. As I gain more confidence and experience, I would be interested in taking on more responsibility, such as helping train new team members or stepping into a leadership role if the opportunity comes up. I believe growth comes from consistently improving and being open to learning, so I would focus on developing my skills step by step. At the same time, I want to be known as someone who is reliable and contributes positively to the team. My goal is not just to move forward quickly, but to grow in a way where I add real value. I'm motivated to keep improving and take advantage of any opportunities to advance within the company. And finally, here's the last Panda Express interview question and answer. Question number 27. Do you have any questions for me or for us? Hiring managers ask this question to see if you are engaged and genuinely interested in the role. They want candidates who think ahead and care about how they will succeed in the position. A strong answer should include thoughtful questions that show curiosity about expectations, team culture, and growth. Yes, I do have a few questions. First, what does a successful employee look like in this role after the first few months? I'd like to understand what I should focus on early to make a strong impact. Second, how does the team typically support each other during busy shifts? I value teamwork, so I'm interested in how that works day to day. I'd also like to know what opportunities there are for growth or taking on more responsibility over time. It's important to me to be in a place where I can improve and contribute more as I gain experience. Lastly, is there anything about my background or answers today that you'd like me to clarify or expand on? I want to make sure I've given you a clear picture of what I can bring to the team. Those are the main things I'm curious about. If you want to learn more on how to land jobs and reach your career goals, don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button to get new videos every single week. Also, don't forget to hit that like button because that motivates me to keep doing what I do. Stay safe, keep smiling, and good luck.